Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. How are you? I'm not in a car this week. I'm just here at my office getting some work done, but I wanted to quickly check in. No, I know a story of when way back when America was in Civil War, and there was a general by the name of Ulysses S. Grant. And Ulysses S. Grant used to get teased when he was little. They would call him Useless Grant. Instead of Ulysses, they would call him Useless. And this stuck with him. He later would say, "I'm going to be so good they can't ignore me." And that was a motto that he lived with most of his life. Was, I'm going to be so good at things that they can't possibly ignore me. So what does he do? He goes on to become general. He goes on to win two battles that were very important for the Union to win. And then after that, he took the major port town along the Mississippi River of Vicksburg. And Vicksburg back then was a huge strategic, it was strategically important. And for entrance at the mouth of the Mississippi River there. But he was so good that President Abraham Lincoln couldn't ignore him. So Abraham Lincoln back in Washington was growing frustrated with this general named McClellan. McClellan was a master organizer. He was a master at preparation. But if you've listened to me and watched enough of these videos for enough weeks in a row here, you know that knowledge isn't power. It's the execution of knowledge that's power. So here McClellan was thinking he had it all together. He was building this strong army, but he wasn't moving as fast as Lincoln wanted him to. But there was his general out west, right? Ulysses S. Grant, who was just being awesome. He was winning battle after battle. His men loved him. And he's the one that you see kind of, he's the one that always had a cigar in his mouth. The first victory that he won, somebody sent him like a box of 100 cigars, and that kind of became his thing. But he would smoke as many as 30 cigars every single day. Anyway, but he was an amazing general. So Lincoln brought in Ulysses S. Grant, the former useless Grant. He was bullied when he was a kid. They called him useless. And there are many people that would argue that had it not been for him, our country wouldn't exist today. At least it wouldn't exist like it does. Guys, there's enough divisiveness out there. There's enough conflict. There's enough battle going on already. What we need is peace. What we need is to believe in ourselves or work on it until we do. Okay, are you the useless Grant? Or are you the emboldened general that is so good people can't ignore you? So that's my challenge for you this week, is to be so good people can't ignore you. Okay? My hair isn't very good today, but you know what? I've got hair and it'll be better next week. But I'm so grateful that you're watching this. I've been a little bit down on myself the past week or so. It's been kind of a rough go, but you know what I'm really good at is being good when the chips are down, is coming out on top, being strong. And there's a lot of history available that we can study and that we can learn from, that we can see ourselves in past historical experiences. But I hope that you'll take the story of Ulysses S. Grant being bullied when he was young, being called useless, and that will resonate with you. Okay, despite me talking about battle, let's leave those battles in the history books and not create more conflict, even though it feels like that's kind of inevitable. But there's this crazy world going on outside. But what's going on inside ourselves? What's going on inside here? That's where you can find peace and comfort and solace in today's world. And if you feel like you need help, there are a ton of really great mentors out there, like myself. I'm here to help. So whether you're a corner office executive, or you're somebody that's just maybe trying to stay sober today, whatever the case may be, you have people like me that believe in you and that are here to see you succeed. So I hope that everybody's had a chance to get in on the free Cupid challenge. I've received a lot of great feedback from so many people that I admire. Thank you so much for that. But it didn't go as good as I wanted it to, right? I gave it my all. I did everything I could, but sometimes we do everything that we can and things still fall short of what we had hoped. I had hoped to help more people. I didn't hit my goal of getting, X amount of people there. We had some video editing issues. But, it was in that moment where, God, I just wanted to give up. Just wanted to say, to hell with this Cupid challenge. But I hung in there and I made it. And I think I made it pretty good. And that's the feedback that I've got from other people. I've been rambling for almost 8 minutes. So I'm going to stop this recording and see you guys next week. I hope in the meantime that you'll hit me up, send me a private message if you or someone that you know is struggling, and let's see if we can use the vast resources available to us to help. Nobody should suffer in today's day and age. And there are way, way too many people suffering. So, love you guys. Happy Wednesday. We'll talk soon, okay? Have a good week.